So it's an accidental party. We did not intend to start something like this. It was just born out of satire. So when I heard the comments of the Supreme Chief Justice of India, I was deeply upset because he is supposed to be the custodian of the Constitution, the one who protects freedom of expression. But then he compared the Indian youth with cockroaches and parasites simply for raising their concerns. So, disheartened by those comments, I made a tweet on X that what if all cockroaches come together? And on that personal X post of mine, I received tremendous traction. And the young people started commenting that maybe we should start something together. So that gave me an idea. So let's go and maybe form a parody party. And that's how this thing, Cockroach Janta Party, came into existence, born out of satire. But today, as of today, it has turned into a youth movement in India.
Now, on the website, we're just watching it as you're talking as well, Abhijit. You qualify as a member if you are the voice of the lazy, unemployed, chronically online, and you can rant professionally. At what point did you realise this was becoming something else? And to the point, what do you want to do with it now?
So after a couple of hours after making a post on the X, I realized that I received some 5,000 signups on the form that I created just for the sake of it, just to make it seem professional. So when we received 5,000 signups within 2 hours, that is when I realized, okay, people are really upset, and maybe we should just take this on the next level. And today, as of today, we have 1 million registered members on our website, which has been taken down, and we no longer have the access to it. But we are trying to recover it, and we are thinking to make this in a youth movement, which can work as a pressure group on the government to hold them accountable.
So to hold them accountable, let me get this right as well, just to check some of the reportage versus the myths around the setup and the creation of the Cockroach Party. Am I right to say you've used AI to construct some of the policies, Claude, ChatGPT, and you've come up with this 5-point manifesto? And let me just briefly go through it. So that there'll be no chief justices that can have a post-retirement reward. To protect every vote in India, that is, if any votes are deleted or disappear, that should be considered an act of terrorism. You want to see 50% representation of women in Parliament, and to have an independent media, to investigate the bank accounts of presenters of certain big corporate broadcasters for links to any government influence buying. And on top of that, a 20-year ban from defecting from one party to another if you get into office. So why those, and who's deciding this?
So these are some of the biggest challenges India is facing today. We have seen in the past how judges, Supreme Court judges, are given post-retirement rewards for. Now this raises a big question on the integrity and impartiality of the judiciary then. And the second demand was of, we have seen how in India today votes are being deleted across the nation, and these are legit votes. In Bengal, there were 2.7 million voters who were legit voters but were not allowed to vote. Now that can change the outcome of the elections. So for that, we believe that no vote should be deleted. No, and people should have the right to vote, and it shouldn't be the government who gets to choose voters. The voters have to choose the government. So that is what we believe in. And the third point is that 50% reservation for women. In India, we have been hearing for last few decades that 33% reservation should be given to women in the parliament. But we believe that why 33%, why not 50%, when they make up 50% of the population? And speaking about independent media, what India really needs now is an independent media, because the traditional or mainstream media in India seems to be aligning more with the ruling party, and which no longer gives a platform to the youth, even talks about the issues. They just have their whole different agenda, and they run their own propaganda.
And you will
and
know.
The last point.
No, to the last point, because this is also interesting, this last point, and it is a common phenomenon that I think established on all sides has been a problem for many years. Tell us.
Yeah, so the last point, in last few years, we have seen how the ruling party has been successful in breaking opposition parties by taking over their MLA. It's most like kidnapping their MLAs, hijacking their MLAs, and including into the ruling party. Now, with this, the threat is that if this continues to happen, there will be no opposition left in India. Everybody will be in the ruling party. They use the investigative agencies. They use the various cases to file against them, and that is how they threaten and blackmail them to include in the ruling party. Now, if everybody ends up joining in the ruling party, where is opposition in India? Now, this is a great dangerous sign for a healthy democracy.
One thing that you will be aware of, I'm just thinking actually there is a well-known established saying, isn't there, which is Aya Ram Gaya Ram, which is basically the coming and going, the switching of sides, which you want to stop, which is a salient point. Critics, government, supporters suggest there are many bots on this account, that not many are in India, and the fact that you've once worked for the opposition party, the AAP, the Ordinary People's Party, their take is this is a Trojan horse for the opposition. What do you say?
So first of all, I would like to debunk the claim that these are bots or these are the audience is not from India. Yesterday, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju made a claim that most of the followers on this account are from the Pakistan or from the US, to which I shared the screen recording of our audience demographic, and in that it was shown, it was quite evident that 94% of our followers are from India. So those are all false claims. 94% of the audience on Cockroach Janta Party's Instagram is from India. We have already debunked that false claim. Coming to the second point, yes, I was associated with the Aam Aadmi Party previously from 2020 to 2022 or 2023. I have nowhere tried to hide it because that has been my past, and I don't think I have done anything wrong in that. It's not a crime to work with any political party. So I don't see a problem in that. And as long as I don't let any other political party get involved in this Cockroach Janta Party, including the Aam Aadmi Party, there will be no involvement of any political party in this movement, because the youth of this country is fed up of all existing political parties, and now they want their own political platform where they can raise their own voice.
Now, a big issue at the heart of this is youth unemployment in India. Going back to the original point that you talked about, according to the Azim Premji University, 40% of 15 to 20-year-olds in India are unemployed. 20% of those between 25 and 29. The what next question, because you've just completed, I think, a master's degree or about to in public relations. To this point, I think you've mastered public relations.
Yeah,
do you know where this is going? We've talked about a manifesto, but what's your vision? What do you want to do with this movement? Are you still working it out?
Gavin, so basically, none of this was intended. It was born out of satire, as I told you earlier. And it has been just a week since we launched this. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to reach to all 10 million registered members and all 22 million people who follow us on Instagram. We are going to take suggestions from them. We are going to seek their advices, their inputs, their ideas on how we should take this forward. Because I think the biggest mistake that all political parties in India have done, that they have stopped engaging with the youth. They no longer have a dialogue. They no longer listen to them. So that's what we are going to do at first. First, we will reach out to them. We will take their suggestions, their ideas, and what are their hopes and their concerns. We really need to know that first. And after getting those ideas and those data from them, that is when we will decide our next course of action.
And tell us about your immediate future, because I think I'm right in saying you're likely to return to India, aren't you? You're in the US at the moment. We're likely to return in the summer. And is there a security issue for you as well with the sudden fame? You've got this sudden soft power of all of these followers, and you've been dealing with threats too.
Yeah, I have been getting death threats for last 3 days now. When my family is getting death threats, I have to, I'm like really worried about their safety right now, because on WhatsApp, I'm constantly getting messages that we will shoot you outside the moment we see you, or we can even come to USA and we can just get you there. Don't you think you can get away with this? You better stop this movement. That's how many threats I am getting, like every single day, too many messages.
So does that affect your decision about whether you go back to India?
No, not at all. I'm not going to back off. This is not going to scare me, to be very honest. So yeah, they can threaten me. They can come after me. I mean, even the government have declared us a national security threat. I mean, that's really hilarious. Or what we were doing, we were just making satire on the government for its ineffectiveness, for its failure, and we just have been declared a national threat. That's really ridiculous. And they have also withheld our X account. Again, I don't know for what reason, because we had not made any single post that could create any harm to India. In fact, we were always emphasizing on the fact that whatever we will do, we will do within the rights, within our rights of constitution, and we will do it democratically and very peacefully.
And you so X is saying
Yeah.
that they've had legal instruction for the time being to take this off. Instagram haven't, I don't think, within India, but outside of India, for example, here in France. And my colleagues in the UK, we can't get onto your website either at the moment. Do you know what's behind that?
So the website has been taken down. We have lost the access somehow. We are trying to work on that. It just happened yesterday. So there is a full-blown attack against us to suppress this movement, and I think the ruling party is somewhere a bit concerned about our growing popularity. That is why they are just keeping coming at us.
Well, it is growing, and it's more than 23 million. The Instagram is still up. As I mentioned, you have this soft power. Will you keep the name Cockroach with all its connotations?
Of course, Cockroach is going to be the name of this movement going forward, because people are loving it, especially the youth and the Gen Z. They have owned it up. What was thrown at them as an insult, now they are carrying this name with pride. So we are going to continue with the Cockroach name.
I've got a feeling we'll be talking again fairly soon. Good luck with some huge decisions you've got to make. And as you said, you're listening to your supporters, those on Instagram as well. Abhijit, thank you for your time today.